This is the plaintiff, Richard Gay. He says he brought his 2006 Jaguar to the defendant's shop for a paint job. And after he started the job, he hit him up for additional money. The nerve of some people. If this guy thinks he can get away with scamming him, he doesn't know who he's dealing with. He's suing for $5,000, the amount he now has to pay to get the job done elsewhere. This is the defendant, Bill Boyka. He says he was going to paint the plaintiff's car as agreed, and 2 weeks later the guy tells him he now wants a two-tone job. He was happy to oblige, but when he mentioned it would cost him a little bit more, the guy blew a gasket. Life's too short to deal with hotheads like the plaintiff, and if he wants to take his business elsewhere, so be it. He's accused of painting himself into a corner.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Richard Gay.
Hi.
You are suing Campbell Auto Center, represented here by Bill Bochka. You're the owner?
Boyka, yes.
Boyka.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Okay, for $5,000. The amount you say it's going to cost you to have a car painted because he breached his contract and would not paint your car and would not return money to you.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That he received to paint your car. Tell me what's going on.
I brought my car into his shop on 2/11.
Okay, what kind of car was it?
It's a Jaguar.
All right.
That's a very special Jaguar. I took it in because my son and I was coming out of my backyard, and we got on a curb. So we broke the motor mount, and we broke the oil pan. So I took it to Bill.
Had you ever gone there before?
Yes.
Okay, so you'd had work done by him how many times?
Well, I think this was maybe my third time.
Okay.
I took some...
So you bring it there to make those repairs, and what happens?
Well, he took my car in, and he repaired it, he said. And which he did that okay. And he put my car under another car.
You put your car on another car?
Yes, he has a lift.
Okay.
So you have a lift that one car sits here.
Okay.
And it lifts another car on top of it.
Okay.
And by lifting another car on top of it, it leaked oil all over my convertible top.
Okay.
And I discovered that I had scratches and dings in my car. So I asked him, he said, yeah, we didn't do it. So I asked him to fix it, so he did give me a price to fix it.
Wait, fix what?
The dings, the
You asked him to do a paint job on the car.
Well, the dings should come out first.
Okay.
That's dents.
Right, but according to you, it happened at his place.
Yes.
So why, if it did, then why are you willing to pay for it and have him give you an estimate to fix it and pay him for it if he's the guy who did it?
A good question, because he wouldn't do it. He said he didn't do it there. But see, I like my car. So in essence, what I did to my car, I took my car in to my insurance company. And my insurance company gave me $3,111.76.
For what?
To have it redone.
But why?
Because I wanted it redone.
No, but why is the insurance company, what covered loss is there that they're paying for?
I took it to the insurance company. They took an analyzation of the car. I told them where the car got damaged. They made no accessions to talk to him or charge him for anything.
So you told them my car got damaged at that shop. Did they know that they're paying $3,000 for the car to get repaired at the same shop?
I don't know whether they did or not.
Okay, so the adjuster comes out, looks at the damage, and gives you a $3,000 check.
We drives it in.
Who do they write the check to?
They wrote the check to Marie Gay.
And who is Marie Gay?
That's my wife.
Okay, and then they write the check to Marie Gay and whom?
The finance company would not.
Finance company and Ms. Gay. That's okay.
Finance company and Ms. Gay. So I had to pay him cash to get the finance company to sign the check.
Why would the finance company care if this guy gets paid or not?
They always do.
Why?
Because they are the lien holder.
That's the money you're going to pay them with. Yeah, but that's the money you're going to pay them with. Is the money when they endorse the check? I don't get it.
Well, I got it right here in black and white.
Can I have it?
You sure can.
Okay.
It is.
While you're looking for that, let me just ask you. Your story's a little bit different here.
Yes.
Okay, you tell me your version of this.
He brought the car in on 4/12 for the paint job.
Okay.
Week-
Had he brought it in for an oil pan and all that other
Previous week, he brought it in. I think
Okay.
previous week or 2 weeks
stuff?
earlier.
Did he, in fact, when he went to pick up the car, say, hey, there's oil all over my convertible top, and you guys dinged this up, and blah, blah, blah?
No, Your Honor.
Did you have any idea that he was telling the insurance company that you guys had
I
wrecked
had no idea anything to do with the insurance company. This is
Okay.
the first I hear of it.
Okay.
Anyways, I did the oil pan and the motor mount. He left. Came back a week later. He said, I like the paint job on your Mercedes. I just painted it white. He says, how much would you charge me to do my car? This is $900. I started to write the receipt up. He said, do me a favor. I need to get a little extra money from my wife. You know how wives are. Can you give me a higher bill?
Is this the wife?
That's
Yeah,
my
that's
wife,
the
and I
wife.
Is this
love
your
her.
wife seated
That's
there?
my wife.
And I
and I
told
love
Okay,
her.
listen up now. Go
I
ahead.
told her when she came down.
You told her when she came down? All right, so he said, I need to get a little extra money from my
You know
wife.
how wives are.
She
I
gets all
says,
the money
You know
from
how
me.
wives are, and what?
and I need you to inflate the price. I says, I can't really do that. I'm going to get in trouble for this. It's no words between you and me. He says, you've dealt with me before.
Okay.
I said, fine. I give him a bill, and in the back, I have my secretary, because I didn't feel comfortable. I says to her, do me a favor, write down the cost of the paint and where the paint is. We left it
How
at
much did you inflate it?
$3,300.
To do what? To do insurance fraud or wife fraud?
Wife fraud. I didn't know
Wife
anything about
fraud.
insurance.
So does one spouse typically try to rip the other off by spending money and hiding it?
Not generally, but I mean,
You married?
I am married.
Your wife do that?
She takes my money and spends it when she feels.
Does she tell you sometimes?
Not all the time.
So
But
she kind of rips you off? You going home tonight?
I am
Gonna have a problem
I-
tonight?
and I'm sleeping.
Tell her not to watch your show? Going inside the courtroom.
So you were going to help him rip off his wife
I
of
wasn't
another
gonna help-
$2,000?
No, I wasn't going to help him rip anybody off. He
Well,
wanted
it
to rip
sounds that
people's
way.
life.
Well, then don't help him. Then just say no. My receipt's for my quote.
I'm wrong there.
I'll say. So then now, so now what do? You give him a receipt. Show me your copy of the receipt.
If you noticed, in the beginning, it says $1,000, and then you wanted me to inflate it. See
Well,
the
why
top?
does it say $1,000? It
'Cause
looks like it used to say 900.
It was 900, but he requested a two-tone, a darker color on the bottom. So I told him it would be extra $100 plus whatever the cost of the paint.
So you write $1,000, and then whose handwriting? This is one person's handwriting. This is another person's. Who's
That's my secretary on top.
the secretary's on top, and then you write in all this other stuff.
Right.
And you write in another $2,097. And why are you helping him rip off his wife $2,000 again?
As I said, that's what
Yeah,
he
but
wanted.
do you think insurance is paying for this or don't?
I had no idea he was involved with an insurance company. It's the
Okay.
first I hear of it.
So why would you let him rip off his wife of $2,000? I'm still
That's
trying.
his problem, not mine.
No, no, it's not. It's your problem if you're helping him.
I understand
That's
that. As I
disgusting.
said, I'm wrong.
Yeah, but what do you think that means? I can't ask you another question?
Yes, you can.
All right. So now, something goes wrong in this whole little plant.
Right.
What is it that, according to you, that went wrong?
What happened was I told him that it's going to be extra $100 because it's extra work for a two-tone. It'll be extra paint because you need darker color. So how much? I said, I have no idea. I'll get an estimate from the paint shop, from the company we buy the paint from. He said, fine. I get the estimate. He comes in about a week later. My car done? I said, no, I told you I got to get a price for you. So I give him a price. I said, what's this? I said, the additional paint. And he goes, you mother better paint my car. I'm like, what? He says, I gave you $3,000 to paint my car. You better paint it. I said, come and get your car and get your money and get the hell out. End of story.
Well, when he said I gave you $3,000, what did you say?
I said, you're lying. You know you didn't give it to me. You gave me a check for $1,000. So I gave you cash the rest. I threw him out of the shop.
How'd you get the insurance check? You told them this guy damaged your car? This is
Absolutely.
priceless.
No.
Everyone's a thief.
No,
Everyone's
no.
a thief in front of me.
No, absolutely right, Your Honor. I took my car up there. Here's the pictures of my car.
I don't believe you, because why would you then give him your car to fix if he's the guy who damaged it? If he's such an incompetent that he's damaging your car left and right to the tune of $3,000, why wouldn't you take your car off that property and have somebody else paint it? I think you're an opportunist.
No.
But I'm worried you're an opportunist.
Well, here.
And that's the problem, because when you write a receipt out that says that the X amount is paid in full, you don't think there's going to be a consequence to that somewhere?
Well, that's what I was worried about. And I got
Yeah,
bit.
you got to start worrying. I wonder what really happens. I wonder whether you were helping them file a false claim and then wanted more money. I wonder whether they were filing a false claim or they really thought you damaged the car. I find it hard to believe anybody would think you're that big a blundering boob to damage their car to the tune of $3,000 and then say, yeah, you go ahead and paint it. You, according to you, don't do the job, not because you weren't paid to do the job, but because you don't like people cursing at you.
That's right.
You end up writing a receipt for someone that says that they paid in full. How long have you been in business?
In this garage since 2005.
How is it that you could write a receipt giving someone proof to say that they paid you money that they didn't? And that you not think that it could be used for fraudulent purposes with insurance, used for fraudulent purposes with the lien holder to release on the check, used for defrauding the wife, whatever it's going to be used for.
I had no idea it was involved with an insurance company.
And why are you suing for $5,000?
Okay, Your Honor, that is a special type of paint on that car, and I went to another person to get an estimate, and that's what he gave me to paint the car now.
So?
That's what it's going to cost me to paint it now.
So? How does that entitle you to double what you're out? I mean, because you go to an expensive guy to pay more. I mean, how does that entitle you to double what you're out? Court is about making you whole, not putting you in a better position than you were in when you walked in. Did you go in there and start cursing him out? You better paint my car?
No.
No?
He lied all through his teeth. Here's the situation that...
However, don't go over the same stuff you've already gone over.
I'm not going over the same thing, Your Honor.
I'm trying to find out how if a $900 paint job becomes a $3,000 paint job. Do you have an answer for me on that?
No, I paid him.
Because there's something to what the man is saying. Because the first receipt that everybody gets in the secretary's handwriting is sign, prime, and paint the whole car, $1,000. Then all of a sudden, there's this additional prep and coat. Consumer has prepped the car. And then there's $2,097 for that. So there's something to what the guy's saying, that the two of you were in cahoots about something.
No.
How could a prep and coat be another $2,097? But at the end of the day, here's where we are. You're the plaintiff. You're the guy with the burden of proving something to me. And I don't feel like I can trust you because of the whole insurance thing to begin with. Because I think that you ended up having a bunch of little dents and dings on a car, telling the insurance company it happened all in one place, otherwise you got a bunch of different deductibles, right? And getting them to pay for a paint job. That doesn't settle well with me. Now, you had an affidavit that you told my bailiff you wanted to show me. Who's that affidavit from?
This affidavit from a mechanic which lives in the same street who recommended him to come to begin with. He's the one that...
What's that going to say? Wait, stop. What's he going to say in there?
You know what it's going to say?
What's it going to say?
That he did paint my car. And
that he what?
Can I explain a few things about that?
Yeah. What is this going to say?
I have no idea.
Okay, let's find out.
I have no idea what that's going to say.
To whom it may concern, that might be me. On 4/7/11, I saw Richard Gay trying to paint his Jag in his backyard with some Mexican. Okay. Richard, I guess he doesn't know that to whom it may concern is Hispanic. Okay. All right. Richard lives on the same street from me. On 4/12/11, I saw Richard paint the car in his backyard. I told Bill that Richard is painting the Jag in his backyard. So Curtis Jones says you painted the car. You didn't go to any other place and get a $5,000 estimate and that you had no intention of getting it painted by them. Okay, fascinating. I find that you haven't sustained your burden of proof. I find in favor of the defendant.
And that's why Judge Million's the best in the business. She knows when a case smells. So you come out here with what comment?
She don't know about that case. She absolutely wrong about that case. Mm-hmm. All of those people lied. Nobody told the truth. This man...
Except you.
Except me. I didn't tell the truth.
Did you?
I told the absolute truth. And I got the papers right here to prove it.
All right. Right around the corner there. Okay, so you come on out here. Okay, so we have a bad liar and here's a bad thief. What?
Live and learn.
You made a few mistakes, huh?
That was a big
mistake. And you're willing to just... What's your biggest mistake? What'd you do?
I tried to help the guy because I felt bad because some women do get possessive with money. I didn't know what he was doing. I had no idea he was involved with an insurance company. If he was involved with an insurance company, I would have never taken a job for that kind of price. Because insurance companies pay full value. I didn't know anything about it. He asked me to help him. He was there twice before. My mechanic says he's all right. I tried to help and I got burned. It was wrong. It's not going to happen again.
Harvey.
FYI, insurance fraud is a crime.